The holidays should be fun, not financially stressful. In this video, let's take control of your budget and build a dynamic holiday gift and budget tracker in Excel. I'll show you how to stay organized, track your spending, and see exactly where your money is going in real time. We'll build everything step by step: the table, the summary section, formulas, drop down menus, slicers, and conditional formatting, all right inside Excel. Let's dive in and get your holiday spending under control. To save time, I've already set up the basic layout for our tracker. At the top, we've got the title, and below that, we'll leave some space for our summary area. We'll add formulas to that a little later. First, we need to set up our table headers in row 11. These are the columns we need: category, recipient, group, gift or description, budget amount, actual amount, difference, and status. Once you've added those, select your range and press Control T to turn it into a table. Make sure my table has headers is checked and click OK. I'll also pick a clean table style to match my overall theme. Now let's build the summary area at the top. This will give us an instant overview of our spending at a glance. I'll quickly add a few sample entries into the table so we can watch the budget working. For our summary, we have amount saved or plan to spend, total budgeted, remaining to budget, total spent, and remaining to spend. Here under amount saved, add what you plan to spend or the amount that you've saved for the holidays. I'll add $1,500 for this example. For total budgeted, we need a formula, and we're going to want to add up all of these. So I'll type in the formula equals sum, and I'll open parentheses. I'm going to select everything in this column, and then I'm going to close parentheses and hit enter. I'm also going to change these three columns so that they are showing dollar amounts. Remaining to budget, this is your equals amount saved minus total budgeted. For total spent, it's going to be a similar formula that we use for total budgeted, but we're going to show the actual amount because that's the actual amount we've spent. So that formula is equals sum. We're going to select this column, close that parentheses, and enter. And then for remaining to spend, which is going to be equals amount saved minus total spent. And these totals will update instantly as you change your amounts in your table. These will be automatic because they have formulas. So I'm going to change all of these so that the font is green. That'll be for all of the positive amounts. For the total budgeted and total spend, I want to add some conditional formatting so that when these two amounts go over your main amount, they will turn red. I'm going to go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and I'm going to click greater than. Here in this cell, I I want the amount greater than to be this $1,500 or whatever entry I put in here. And I want to change this so that it's a custom format. I'm going to change it so that there's bold italic and it's going to show up in red. I'm going to click OK and click OK. And let's see what happens if I change this amount to $1,500. So there you have it, $1,500. I'm over budget in my budgeted amount, so it's turned red. And let's see what happens if I spend too much. And I've spent too much here. Now these two here, I just want the conditional formatting when it's less than 0, then I'm going to have it show up the same as my other conditional formatting. Okay, so let's change these back and see how that updates. Great. This visual feedback tells you immediately how you're doing with your budget. To really see this tracker in action, I'm going to fill it in with more gifts and holiday budget items. Now let's activate the total row for our main table. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and if you click anywhere inside your table, you can see this up on top. It's the table design. If you click table design, you'll see this total row. If you check that, Excel automatically adds a summary at the bottom of your table. If you click in each of these cells at the bottom, you can add a sum to the budget and actual amounts or columns. And this one, I want none. You can see these amounts also correspond to these amounts when the entire table is showing. But if I filter, you'll see these totals automatically adjust to only what's showing. So in this case, this is only a portion of my total budgeted amount. So if I go back and I select all, everything will appear again, and my two amounts are again matching my total budget and total spend amounts. So you've got live totals that update automatically when you filter or make changes. Now, if you want to add another line item, what you'd want to do is select any row, right click and hit Insert Table Rows Above, and it'll add a line. I'm just going to copy and paste this here, and it's going to automatically update for you. Tables make Excel smarter for your formulas, your totals, and filters. Everything updates automatically when you add and remove rows. So I can also delete this table row, and I'm back to where I was before. Let's calculate how much you're under or over budget for each line. In the difference column, you're going to want to type equals budget minus actual and hit enter. I'm going to want to pull this down so that all of the lines in that column have the same formula. This subtracts the actual spending from your budget for that specific item. If you spent less than planned, you'll see a positive number. If you went over, you'll see a negative number. We can also add conditional formatting to show if you're over budget for a single line. All we have to do is highlight this row, go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, less than, And here we want less than 0. And I'm going to just keep this light red fill with dark red text. I'm going to click OK. And now we can easily see everywhere that we're over budget for a specific line. Before we move on, let's add something fun, a live countdown to Christmas. Right next to the summary section, we can add a simple formula that shows how many days are left until December 25th. We just need to type equals, select the date, minus today, open parentheses, close parentheses, and that's it. This updates each day so you can see the holidays getting closer as you track your spending. It's fun and helps give a little motivation to stay on budget as the countdown continues. To make status updates easy, we'll add a drop-down list. Select your status column, go to Data, Data Validation, List, and enter these options: plan, make, buy, ordered, purchased, send, wrap, wrapped, given, and complete. Now, every cell in the status column has a consistent drop-down menu. You can track where you are with each gift, from planning and ordering all the way to wrapping and giving. We can also use conditional formatting to visually show progress to the status column so that completed items turn green automatically. Select the status column and go to conditional formatting. Under highlight cell rules, find text that contains. You can type in here complete and then just format it so it has a green fill with green text. This way, you can see as soon as you mark something complete, it highlights instantly, giving you a clear visual on what's done. Now let's make this interactive with a slicer. Click anywhere inside your table and go to Table Design, insert Slicer, and choose Status. Excel will insert a slicer that lets you instantly filter your tracker by status. For example, you can pick Purchased and only see the items you've already bought, or Wrap to focus on what still needs wrapping. Select this to clear the filter, and you have everything back in your table again. I've customized my filter so that it matches my theme. In order to do this, you can create a new slicer style here. That way it can look cohesive with the rest of your tracker. Notice when you click a filter, your budget and actual spending automatically update, just like you did with the filter buttons. This makes it really easy to analyze your spending based on progress. Now I'm going to adjust my slicer so that it fits nicely on the top of my spreadsheet. And I'm going to change the amount of columns so you can see all of my categories. Slicers are great, but you can still filter directly within the table. Each header has a drop-down menu. So you want to focus on one group, say family or work. Just select that from the filter menu. Your totals will adjust instantly and the summary numbers will follow the same logic. Now let's make sure your summary section always stays visible as you scroll. Click on the cell below your headers, go to View, Freeze Panes, Freeze Panes. Now, no matter how long your list gets, your totals and overviews stay locked in place at the top of the screen. This makes tracking much easier when you're working with a large number of items. And that's it. Your complete dynamic holiday gift and budget tracker in Excel. You can plan every gift, track your spending, and stay on budget with a single clean view that's customizable. If you'd like to skip the setup and grab the full version, complete with slicer, dropdowns, and all the formatting already built in, you can get it in my Etsy shop. The link is right below in the description. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays and happy budgeting. Bye.